Hello and welcome back to another Planet Zoo tutorial. Today, as you can probably tell, we'll be looking a little further into habitats, specifically into visitor and habitat interactions. And by that, I mean walkthrough habitats and ways to make habitats walkthrough habitats, even if the animal might not be so interested in that. So, long story short, in case you don't know, these are Aldabra giant tortoises. Guests can enter their habitat. These are cheetahs. Guests cannot enter their habitat. If you just build a path through here, or build guest gates, all of your guests will run out of your park screaming because they are scared. So, let's start with the easy one. The Aldabra giant tortoises. I'm apologizing for my terrible habitats, but all you need to make these walkthrough habitats is your guest gate. Guest gate, path, so do a little bit of path, maybe turn it into a platform or something. Very straight platform, good job, mate. And poof. You have a walkthrough habitat, or at least habitat guests can enter. Now, as always, guests can only walk on the path. That's nothing new. Animals can and will walk over the paths. So you could, for example, do like an area here that's all path, and the animals could get to their shelter. However, as you can probably tell already, the animals are scared. And they're not exactly comfortable with this, so recommended to find some way to, at the very least, make them a little more comfortable. For example, you could use any sort of plant or construction items to shield them from the view of the human. This was just me doing a build in a video that I did before, and then it failed, so here we go again. Now, for the cheetah habitat, there is, that option is not available. Let's just put it. If guests come into contact with your cheetahs, they will run away. Just straight up run out of the zoo, so you can't do that. What can you do? Well, you can play around a bit. Basic idea is that, as you probably know, we take barriers here, that will probably work too, but this way I like to do it is just with construction items. You won't even need an oil barrier. So you just go to construction. And for example, I usually pick glass wall. Let me just my keyboard. There. You can go build a little viewing platform. Like so. You can of course also turn this into a full path throughout the habitat. But I know this, technically speaking, is just an extension into the habitat, which some people might consider. So what I personally like to do is to do a full walkthrough. Now, you might have realized that there is an obvious issue with this, being that the animals can't get over this, right? This is going to block the animals from entering the area of the habitat. Well, yes, it is. Thankfully, there are a few options of things you can do now. For example, you could build a ramp, which any animal in your game can use a ramp. So, this, and then pick one of the ramps. And by the way, you don't have to use a ramp for this, you can use just about anything. Ramps. I don't know if they can use that. The idea is the ramp, right? You can actually put glass on top and then give them a ramp on down walk and walk. Or whatever, you know what I mean. They can walk down. Also do is dig an underground tunnel. Now, depending on the animal, you can experiment around with how high your walls have to be. Basic idea is that this allows you to do a path through the habitat without changing your actual outline. You can see this still all working. The alternative would be to simply do this. Which, yeah, that would have the effect, but Not really a habitat, is it? The walkthrough piece. So, long story short, I suppose, can't do a walkthrough here without telling the animals that this is not their territory anymore, which you do by taking any object that they can't climb on top of, or, you know, go in between of. I usually use this for glass houses and such. You have a build that utilizes this exact piece just to show off how you can use it, but I don't have it here because I'm stupid. But you can check up my speed builds if you want to. I've built this bonobo habitat, which essentially has a large glass house, and guests can't enter bonobo habitats. I simply made a glass tunnel, which the monkeys will climb on top of and all that, which sort of does turn it into a full walkthrough. By the way, you can also use this for water. There are a few videos on YouTube, I think, I've just taken, you know, like huge glass walls. So, done a tunnel, and then put that underground. Put a roof up top and flooded it. So there was around the glass tunnel. We could actually around them. Also work. So essentially, as long as you keep in mind that you think that the animals cannot get past, you can have people walk through and more or less into whatever habitat you want to. Be careful that it doesn't freak the animals out and that there is a barrier between animal. You don't need for them. But yeah, that's it. And with that method, you can get visitors more or less walk in and through every animal's habitat, whether it's a giant elephant, our happy little kitten. I haven't tried out every single item in the construction panel, but I primarily use moss anyway, so that's that. You can probably get away with a large amount. Because they do serve as a natural barrier. That's always around with it. So, for example, you could probably get away with just that. I know, very, very pretty. Once again, you do need some sort of area, but I would also recommend getting them, such as voices, just to prevent people from staring at all the time. Same thing goes, once again, for any paths you lead over the habitat, or any paths you take below the habitat and then lead up. Oh my god, look at them. Look at baby. Yes. You're not the reason why I'm here, but you're great. Yeah, that's that. It's something really simple and something you can utilize in many different ways. And I know that I spent 8 minutes on this, but it would have taken a minute. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's the 2 ways to get your walkthrough habitats and the limitations. I hope this helped you out. Maybe you can find a way to build your own great walkthrough habitats now. And I hope I'll see you again in one of my other videos.